Hugo Chavez believes he is in a fight with the devil. Sometimes he even brings this visual aid to his rallies so that his supporters remember what they're up against. But this devil that Hugo Chavez fights does not reside in hell. Chavez believes the devil resides in Washington. Hugo Chavez has actually been on a collision course with Washington for years, but for the most part, Washington wasn't paying attention. It is now. But Washington's concern has been too little too late, and now a new Cuban-Venezuelan military alliance threatens to create a larger bloc of anti-American states across Latin America. How would history have been different if Fidel Castro had had billions of dollars in oil revenues every year? Hugo Chavez has billions. He sits on perhaps the largest untapped oil reserve in the world. He's the fourth largest supplier to the United States. His state oil company owns Citgo. He idolizes Fidel Castro and has begun an arms buildup, buying advanced Russian fighter planes, attack helicopters, and other weapons. He's changed the Venezuelan army uniform to look like Cuba's. He's integrated his military, intelligence, and legal systems with Castro's, and has begun to throw political opponents into jail.
This is a country where anybody that dares to think and speak differently from the government is it's been seen as an enemy.
Maria Corina Machado, opposition leader and mother of three, faces prison time for simply taking grant money from the National Endowment for Democracy, a program of the U.S. Congress. Machado's group Sumite used the money to educate citizens in democracy, but the Chavez government accused Machado of plotting with the U.S. to overthrow it.
I have 3 kids, and I tell my kids that their mom could go to jail because of conspiracy, treason to my country, rebellion. These are the kinds of charges that are put against us.
And at the TV channel Globovision, TV talk show host Leopoldo Castillo has had to learn to keep his acid tongue in check. There's a new censorship law against insulting President Chavez.
David Letterman, every day, in Tonight Show, he make fun of the President Bush. Nothing happened. Here, with a new law, you make fun of the President, of the senior officer of the Supreme Court, of any minister, you can go to jail.
But if you travel to the barrios of Caracas, you hear a different story. Because here you get the feeling that Hugo Chavez is the revenge of the poor on a society that never cared about them. Many living in grinding poverty believe Venezuela's brand of corrupt capitalism is the reason they're poor. Hugo Chavez means hope. Here, he's no dictator.
No.
This Chavista told us he hopes Hugo Chavez rules forever. What they say in the USA is a lie, he says, because Chavez is not a dictator. Chavez is a president who has decided to govern on behalf of the poor. Last year, Chavez spent $4 billion in oil profits on social programs like this sewing co-op, which also includes political indoctrination every morning. State money also funds neighborhood food programs like this one. And these young Chavistas, we were told, belong to the revolution. If this is starting to sound to you like Cuba, that's just what a lot of Venezuelans have been thinking too. Adolfo Tile Hardat should know. He used to be Venezuela's ambassador to Cuba.
So I'm very much familiar with the situation, the internal situation in Cuba. And what I see is that Chavez slowly has been introducing all the elements of the Cuban regime, Cuban system in Venezuela.